Hey, you. Thank you so much for being here for the week and for the subsequent 28 days of conscious love. Today, I want to focus on something called homeostasis. Homeo, what? It is the point of balance in your body, and it's not necessarily where everything's perfect. It's where there's a range in your body that feels that the body doesn't have to be on high alert, that it can be in what's called the rest and restore mode. And it's one of the reasons why you really need to get some help on your sleep, and you really got to make sure that during the day you're processing your stress. So the focus of today is talking about that homeostasis and the ways that we can put ourselves into that position of that rest and restore mode. To be perfectly honest, if you never go in that rest and restore mode to the extent that your body needs it to replenish and reboot, you're going to age faster than anyone else on the block. You're also not going to be able to utilize any of that organic, wonderful food that you prepared and that you're giving yourself, especially if you didn't eat it mindfully and it's already maybe half digested and not getting quite great digestion to begin with. So some of the things you can do to put yourself into this rest and restore mode instead of always being on what we call the sympathetic cycle or the on, right, that fight or flight or what's going on next. In fact, a majority of people think they're relaxing when they're actually just exhausted and just stop. That is not rest and restore or the parasympathetics being toned, which are their kind of opposites that help you be in a space of feeling safe inside. So what you can do is, number one, get more sleep. And I know that's really hard for you guys, but a couple of sleep hygiene tips are turn off that computer and the blue light by 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And I know some of you, especially the students, you're having to work later, you've got school, you've got sports, and you don't get to your computers. There's wonderful little goggles and glasses that block out the blue lights that allow you to maybe be going about your day a little bit, your evening, but to start your brain, a little space called the pituitary gland, a little gland in there that normally would take the sunlight's light and see that it's morning time, is getting misinformation from all of these screens. So that's the first thing you can do. Sleep hygiene, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a later little segment that I send to you. The next thing you can do is maybe utilize things in the environment that help to bring your natural system for this, which is the endocannabinoid system, into a better balance, into a better function. Now, maybe you never heard of the endocannabinoid system before. I never heard of the endocannabinoid system, and I have hundreds of thousands of dollars of biology classes and anatomy and lots of physiology and chemistry. And that's because it wasn't really discovered until they started studying cannabinoids, and particularly the medical marijuana studies. Now, first off, I need to say marijuana and hemp are not the same things, other than the fact that they both are cannabis plants. They are different strains of cannabis plants. When I'm talking about right now some cannabinoids, plant or phytocannabinoids, I'm talking along the lines of hemp. I'm also talking about other phytocannabinoids, such as black pepper oil or copaiba oil, essential oils. There's hundreds of them that they found in other components of other foods and things that we have around. But the easiest thing is hemp oil, is straight out natural hemp oil, because the CBD in that component of the whole plant sourced hemp oil mimics the natural cannabinoids that you have in your body that they found work with this endocannabinoid system. And what this does is that it triggers all the little things inside. I call it a truth serum. The truth serum, because it tells me, like, it literally, if I'm taking it as a supplement, it informs me when I'm thirsty. Whereas during the days, I can be so distracted and into my work that I won't even feel my thirst. When I'm taking my hemp oil, I feel it. I just feel overall that sense of what is the bliss molecule, your natural cannabinoid anandamide. It's Ananda. Ananda is the yoga for bliss body, and appropriately so, they named it anandamide when they found the chemical, and hemp oil helps to mimic that sort of bliss point and relaxation without, now every product's different, but the product that I use in particular is very, very low, 0.00001 THC, so there's no psychedelics in that whole plant, hemp oil. But the idea there is either you're using copaiba, black pepper, maybe a little frankincense under the tongue, or using the hemp oil or any other things such as sleep. All of these things are to allow you to be in a state so that you're more receptive to the other activities that also stimulate the endocannabinoid system receptors and allow for there to be more rest and restore mode. Sleep, like I spoke about. Yoga is a wonderful, wonderful tool because you are definitely getting that homeostatic parasympathetic shift with something complicated called the vagus nerve. Good eating, good nutrition, good food is again going to put your body, and food that is not at the wrong time, so not too late, right? When you're supposed to be going in rest and restore, you want to be taking that good food in during better times in the day, and that the food is bioavailable so that you're chewing mindfully, you're swallowing it, you're taking whatever you need in terms of digestive enzymes, or making sure you're hydrating well, you're eating greens, you're allowing your body to do the circulation and the breakdown that it needs to. Doing all those little tips will, along with some exercise, getting some fresh air and moving and using your body, circulating those things around, such as hormones and chemicals and nutrition and all of that yummy and oxygen around, will get you in a place that when stress happens and you have to go into fight or flight or rest and restore or tend and befriend mode, there's an ability in your body to know when that time is. And that will shift you over into that big word called homeostasis rather quickly. All right, I will see you tomorrow.